The role of Lennox Smith and the Morvant Laventil Improvement Organization, MLIO, in the aftermath of the July 1090 attempted coup, as recorded by the Commission of Inquiry into the 1090 coup. On December 14, 2011, Mr. Lennox Smith, the head of the Morvant/Laventil Improvement Organization, MLIO, gave evidence. He was aged 34 in 1990. MLIO has been an NGO since 1986. It was created, as Mr. Smith said, because, at that time there were a number of young persons who were either unemployed on the block or had been trained and acquired certificates but were unemployed. The MLIO was a response to those problems that we saw developing in the Laventil area in particular. It was designed to have a three-pronged approach. At page 2.168, Mr. Smith said that this approach involved I. Education and training. 2. A social intervention initiative, including the provision of food and social amenities, and 3. Creation of employment opportunities. Fundamentally, it was a community-based organization treating with the youth, the family, the neighborhood, and the entire community. It believes that the solution of community problems must come from and ultimately be resolved by members of the community itself. At page 333, MLIO's response to the events of July 1992.169. Mr. Smith said that, arising from the chaos and looting, MLIO decided to form a task force, firstly because we knew that many of the persons who staged that insurrection would have been from Laventil and, secondly, we wanted to demonstrate that not all of Laventil are of that ilk. At paragraph 2.170, he said that they believed as well, that the restoration of democracy and the assault on our parliament and our elected leaders deserved a response that would in essence demonstrate to the national community that all of us are not of that view, that it is the minority that engaged in that kind of undemocratic behavior. At paragraph 2.171, MLIO has a trade school and they targeted all of the companies that needed assistance following the looting. They used the welding department of MLIO to do repair work at the companies which had sustained damage. The work was done gratis, but Mr. Smith put a value on it in the region of $900,000. Clean up a parliamentary chamber. At paragraph 2.172, MLIO's next act of philanthropy was to offer to clean up the parliamentary chamber voluntarily. They wrote to the Speaker of the House of Representatives. He gave permission. Mr. Smith described the scene that awaited the task force. At page 334, the room was dark, there was no electricity and the stench of death, rotting blood, and urine in glasses, sour flies and that type of thing. At paragraph 2.173, there were between 25 and 30 volunteers, including Mr. Wilfred Farrell who had contested the Laventil East seat, Ms. Henry, and Mr. Edward Ramsey, strong man, one of the supervisors at MLIO. Mr. Smith said that he saw Mr. Ramsey shed tears. It brought out intense feelings of hate, revenge, and extreme sadness towards the Muslimin. The feeling towards Prime Minister Robinson was absolute unadulterated love. At paragraph 2.174, in the course of cleaning the chamber, the task force found the left side of a high-heeled shoe, very expensive looking. It belonged to Mrs. Muriel Donawam Davidson. They returned it to her. The cleaning exercise finished about 5:00 p.m. Subsequently, the Speaker and the President of the Senate expressed their gratitude to MLIO. The maces at paragraph 2.175 of the Commission report said. While cleaning the chamber and surrounding areas, the task force came upon 2 maces which were badly damaged. They called the Speaker and offered to have the maces repaired. They identified a goldsmith from Morvant who could carry out the repairs. On page 335 the report said. The maces were sent to Wadalima, the goldsmith's place of work, and were duly repaired. The cost of repair was borne by MLIO's membership and donations solicited by MLIO. Within about 2 weeks the maces were repaired. A function was duly held at MLIO's facility in Fernandez Compound in appreciation for the work of the organization. Prime Minister Robinson presented MLIO with a picture of the repaired maces. Those who died mention at paragraph 2.176. In addition to SRP Solomon McLeod who was murdered at the entrance to police headquarters and Leo Davignes who was shot in the parliamentary chamber but died later at hospital, the Commission received evidence that the other persons following were killed within the precincts of Parliament. ASP Roger George. Estate Constable Malcolm Vicentat. George Francis. Arthur Guy Seppi. Helen Lavia. Lorraine Caballero. Mervyn Teague. Party 2 of the report refer to Special Medal of Honor. Paragraph 11.176 said. The government should mint a special medal to be awarded to persons who rendered exceptional service or displayed bravery during and immediately after the insurrection but who have not previously been recognized appropriately. In this regard, the Commission recommends for favorable consideration the following persons and organizations. Dr. Emmanuel Hossein. Rear Admiral Richard Kelshall and the Coast Guard. Mr. Jones P. Madeira. Mr. Dennis McComey and the 5 persons who kept Radio 610 on air during the insurrection. The hostages at the Red House and at TTT 1230. Canon Nolly Clark. Han. Winston Tukuran. Mr. Emmanuel Carter. The Cadet Corps. Mr. Aloy Leakey. Dr. Romesh Mutu. Mr. Tim Lampkin. Mr. Jensen Fox. Mr. Mervyn Telfer. Water and Sewerage Authority. Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission. Morvant/Lovantil Improvement Organization, MLIO.